Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys today about various topics. So I'm trying to lump it all into one video because I think it would help me in basically going through each aspect, what I want to talk about. And I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to give you details to every specific topic, and I'm going to give you evidence to back up what I'm saying. Okay? I'm going to talk about God's consciousness, universe consciousness, and humanity. We were created from, we're created by the intelligent being, the creator of all things. He manifested us. He created us. He, basically he thought it appeared. This is how but humanity were created through a complex process, and a lot of, I would say good material came in place to create humanity. We're not created to be a slave race, to mine gold for the gods. That's not true. That story is a joke, okay? We were intentionally created, okay, to inherit the universe. We were put in each, there is 7 aspects of yourself in each dimension. God created us meticulously through basically a process of creation by binding the darkness and light and putting it in through a birth canal, or the cervix, the womb of God. Okay? So I'm going to tell you about the Big Bang Theory. It's not a theory. They call it a theory because they wanted to create confusion. Nobody knows how the universe was created. I'm going to tell you the universe was created intentionally. It's not through a mistake. When you say, I was a mistake child, that your parents didn't intend for you to be created. They didn't use a condom, birth control, and you appeared. Humanity, we're not like that. God meant for us to be created. Okay? And we were not created to amuse God. Some of the stories online you find there said gods or all the gods were bored. They want to create human beings so can we entertain the gods or gods. Not one, They're not giving the creator the respect by saying gods. Not one god could manifest everything, but bunch of gods. You understand? And I'm going to tell you that's not true either. There's no bunch of gods. God created the stars. Each star or planet is governed by an angel. When they say God, Lucifer, the devil, Satan, all of those, they said Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, all of those, they said the children of God. Okay? God didn't have children. He created everything. It's a process, And when the earth was created, it's to house us, a place, a temple, if you will. When God created the earth, it was for a purpose, for His creation, to basically, the true evolution is not about changing process. The true evolution is expand and mutate into something different. You become something else. But then this planet hijacked by fallen angels, false gods. They were working around the clock to slow the process of humanity development. It was intentionally. We were at war with them. They're working behind the scenes, but you don't see them, but you can see the damage, what they do. Fracking a holy temple. The earth is a holy temple of God. So fracking causes damage. Oil, fracking, looking for elements within the earth. These elements, they're not supposed to be taken out of the soil. The gold, diamond, and all of the precious metals supposed to be in the earth, so we can draw energy to expand, to become something else. God intended for us to evolve in spiritually, explore the universe. But this planet is a living thing, or a living, if you will, it's a living God. It's because it's part of God. It was created into God. Everything is in this planet is a living thing. This planet, it breathes oxygen. Has lungs. It has brain. It has every single organ you have inside of you. You don't see it, but it's actually there. Okay? And it has, what do you think the ley lines the energetic points going through the earth? The energetic point is the conscious. It's like the neuron that fires up. The river, lakes are your blood. So if you look at everything in this planet, you can see the manifestation of God in everything. Everything, you can see it. God intended for us to be created. We're not a slave race. He created us to explore the universe, to be of godliness. He created us to be great, But then these dark forces, they are working around the clock, making sure that's never going to happen, Why do you think the theft of DNA? If we are created as a slave race, why would someone who's better than us, all these gods, false gods, or fallen angels, if we're a slave, would you steal DNA from your slave? Think about that. Would you steal a DNA from a slave? Because he's less than you, and you're the God. Why would you want that? Because you're better. So, you open your eye and see the truth that lays behind the veil. These people will never tell you who you are. Okay? God perfected our creation. So next time you look at yourself in a mirror, thank God for creating you, perfecting you. All this attack on your DNA, on your being since creation. You don't attack slaves like this, because if we're not part of greatness, because we're beneath them, with no one. Okay? Doesn't that really make you think what's going on? If they're so great, why would you attack me? I'm nobody. Because you are everything. You are God's intention for you to be great. Okay? Not like what Donald Trump says, make America great again. You know what I'm saying? You should say, thank God for making America. Don't say, make America great again. Okay? Anyhow, look, the seven continents. So if you look at the organs, 7 main organs, seven chakras. You understand? you understand how this planet is a living being. It's God joined two gods or two holiest beings or creators, Tiamat and Apsu. They were both joined forces to create the earth. Okay? And so everything was intended for it to be created. God didn't create us to be a slave. Okay? Because God doesn't oppress. Look at the teaching. The teaching of holy books are also hijacked. They create confusion. They say, one of the verses says, I'm a jealous God. So you can see what's going on here. Jealous God, what God be jealous of? But being there is a supreme being. Why this God is jealous of another God? Because he's supreme or somebody better than him. So what I'm trying to tell you here, intentionally they do that. They have hidden God from the masses. Intentionally. What do you think the rape of sites, museums, history, editing of holy books to remove certain topics that does not co-align with the agenda. They don't want people to know the truth. They make all these names and there is no mistranslation. There is no mistranslation about any documents. This mistranslation was intentionally done to create division, confusion, to strip away the truth. The only people who hold the truth, I've talked about them before, I'm going to say it again, the Vatican hold the truth. They know who God is. You understand? And guess what? They pray for that true God. But they get other people to pray to the false God. Isn't it that clever? Do not be fooled. These people know who God is. And they pray to this aspect of God. They also know, the Vatican knows the sacred name of God, the secret, the one nobody knows but God. They receive this name through goddess of darkness. They tap because they found information how to access this information. You know what I'm saying? When they went to Egypt, they stole their sacred teachings. They went to let's talk about America again. When they went to the native, why do you think the native were attacked such a way? Okay? Because the native peoples, Indians, they have information how to access that divinity. You understand? That's why they were annihilated. They said to you, they gave them like diseases and their immune is not really accustomed to and stuff, and that's why they died. And all of that. Do you believe that? Do you believe that garbage? You know what I'm saying? No, it was intentionally. It was also to siphon away the resources and to break the structure. Because these people were aligning. All civilization that aligns with God and the whole truth, they annihilated. Okay? Every, covenants, when they say, which is covenant of, they have secret teaching. Okay, escape my mind. But anyhow, this is a witches covenant that they also used to actually tap to this information to manifest things. Remember when they used to burn witches on a cross? They used to burn witches because they demonized witches. They continue, like they always demonize a lot of things. They demonize, the aspect of the divine feminine of your, the divine feminine is your left side. Okay? The right side is your divine masculine. The union comes within the middle column. There is three trees, and there is a, when you unify in the middle column, your Taurus column. Okay? And there's a union. And then when the union of this energy, the Kundalini energy, serpents, activate from your abyss, if you will, from your underworld, your tailbone. Okay? And it manifests through God's womb, your cervix. Man or woman all have cervix. This is God's womb. So you cannot say, oh, because I'm a man, I don't have one. No, you do. Spiritually, you do. If you think of it. And it goes all the way to the heavens. Heavens is your head. Heavens is your brain resides. Okay? There's a cross there with this governing God's head. Okay? God's head within middle of your brain, and where also your pineal gland sits. Your pineal gland is the throne of God, what God resides. Created heaven and earth in 7 days, no, 6 days. This 6 chakras. In fact, the 6 days of creation. And then we sit in the throne of God. When God rested, He rests in your pineal gland. This is the seat of God. You understand? When everything works together and all these chakra system activates and your serpent energy. So they say a serpent energy. Do not really look down on a serpent, thinking the serpent is a bad thing. We're a serpent race. And I've mentioned this in the past. Superman does not mean super. It means serpent. Okay? So this serpent rises and spin around. It's like it's cylindrical shape, like it spin energetically that way, all the way to the heavens. When the serpent activates and draw energy from the bottom of the abyss underworld, from Tiamat and Apsu, your root, and you pull this energy all the way into the heavens, your pineal gland. You become awakened. You begin your vision, your eye of God. That's why they have the eye of Ra. You understand? Opens the sun. Okay? When they say the sun of God is the Son of God is the seed of God. It's your pineal gland. It's governed by goddess. God. Okay. The seed of God is protected by feminine energy, by goddesses. Each god, they're all part of God. So I'm saying God, goddesses and whatnot, like I'm not separating them, but God created these are all aspects. So when I say goddesses, but each god governs certain aspect of God. You understand? They were protecting the seed. The seed is your pineal gland, the sun. Okay? But within the sun, what do you think is in the sun? Inside the sun, our sun as well, there is a spirit of God. There is a blood dot in the middle of the sun. You know, that's why sometimes you see videos on YouTube and they omit the middle of the sun. What do you think they're trying to hide? That's the spirit of God. And I'm going to give you something even better. Each cell on your body, each cell of your body, it has the spirit of God in there. Okay? So you think of the cell, okay? And you see all this, the proton, the nucleus, the proton, neuron, that's like the thunderbolt or the firing or the thunder, if you will. Proton, electron, those are all feminine, governing, holding, protecting the seed, the spirit. So outside that spirit is the matter. Darkness was created first. We were creator. There is from the Greek mythology. There is goddess. Her name is Herma. Herma. Basically, I'm going to give you background. She governs the daylight from the Greek mythology. She's the daughter of Nyx. Nyx is the night, and Erebus is the darkness. Okay, it symbolizes the darkness as strong and mysterious figure, bright, covered the world. Erebus, however, means the shadow of darkness. Basically, it's a shadow of God. Okay? You know how when you go outside, you have a shadow. So God has a shadow as well. Okay? Between the earth and the underworld. You understand? And when the sun moves around the sky, it creates shadows throughout the earth. That's what it means. Okay? And then from this creation, from these two aspects of God, basically it has to be a balance. The balance between darkness and light. Herma being manifestation of daylight, bringing the light to push away the night of her parents, the darkness, the night and the shadow, right? Erebus. Okay, the darkness. Okay, pushes away her parents. You understand? So she came from darkness. So that means darkness was created first. You understand? The story, now I'm going to tell you the story of what the universe, the Big Bang Theory. Yes, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't really explore what I wanted to tell you. So the egg that appeared in primordial water before all creation, that egg is basically the egg that women produce for having a child. You understand? And when this goddess, the goddess of the moon, touched the egg that appeared in the primordial water, the Big Bang happened. Understand? Because she is the serpent. She's the serpent goddess. Understand? That's why The sperm looks like a serpent, look like a snake. If you look it up online anywhere, it looks like it has a head and it has a tail. Why it looks like a serpent doesn't look like anything else? You understand? She touched the egg. Incubation happened. The Big Bang Theory. The development of a baby inside the universe womb. You understand? The earth. The birthing of the earth. Okay? And so creation is started. You think God would create human first, then create the earth? When are they going to live if the earth was created? Then the stars and the dwarf planet, were created. Each aspect of these planets were, when they say there are Jupiter, Mars, Neptune, Uranus, all of them, why they say they are children of God? God didn't have a children. He manifested. He created this. You understand? So he created all of these planets because each planet governs a certain energy, vibration of God. That's why the Aboriginal, the native people knew. They follow the stars and they use this energy to manifest things. That's why they were attacked. You understand? So when you see the whole picture, you begin to understand why everything was done. Okay? There is a lot of energy within the earth that helps humanity heal, and stuff was destroyed for a reason. Anything that helps humanity feel good and heal, meditation and stuff was destroyed intentionally. And that's not a treatment of a slave race. If we're slaves, you don't have to do all of that. You understand? We were not created to dig no mine, no gold and garbage. You know what I mean? This is like a slave story. Do not be like gullible, falling for everything they feed you. You know what I mean? These people, they're trickster, if you will, and they know how to manipulate your mind to believe in illusion. Let's talk about illusion too. Okay, I'm going to tell you about illusion. I'll go back to illusion first. But anyhow, then the Big Bang happened, conception, and stuff. Okay? And also, that conception also happened within the human body. Your pineal gland, it's a birthing. It's a birthing, right? God birthed the sun and the moon within your pineal gland. Okay? And from that purity came goddess Minerva. She's God's highest purity. She resides over your petals. The petals from the Indian mythology represent serpents. All these serpents that within your being, when they rise up and unify, like Medusa. Medusa, goddess, they call her the Nagas or Snake Lady. When they all rise above your crown, unify Shikati or Shakti and Shiva above your crown. Okay? From this union of all these serpents, like this Medusa have all these serpents over her head. All this union of serpents, energy, universal connection, universal manifestation, and it connects, basically it helps you evolve. It helps you explore the universe. It helps you download information, connect to beings, ancestor bloodline, you know, information about the creator, you know, history, you know what I'm saying? Holy books. You think that all the holy books on earth? Heaven has holy books. Okay? You can have all access to that. Okay? So when these stuff starts to happen, you know, in you, and these serpents, all of them activated, and they activate through the seven. What do you think of seven wise men? What they call them, seven wise men? The seven chakras. Now, with the union, and then the goddess Minerva was also a manifestation of God. You know, but all she sits on your top of in the middle of the petals of this, you know, all these serpents, and some of her, you know, okay, some of her quality or aspects are justice, weaving, healing. What else? Just look what I just can't think of all of them, but war. She's also considered goddess of the war, and she's goddess of the moon. She's goddess of the moon as well. Weaving also creator. So she weaves things, she manifests things. When she not sewing, like weaving, creating like a, you know, a sweater or something like that, you know, weaving, and she weaves, you know, like solution to problems. Okay, she's the good person to connect with. Okay, she's goddess of the war for a reason. She help you. She's goddess of victory. Okay, and she can help you explore. So the story foretells that said she created or manifested. She came from the head of Jupiter. And some stories they said that she came from the head of Cronus. Cronus, he's the god who eats his own children. So also the story about Cronus, I'm going to tell you something else. The story about Cronus. Cronus used to eat his own children because he afraid someone of these children, because he knows his power, and the creator, the divine feminine goddess, they were creating together. Two gods creating. So the seed or the child is being born. He's afraid he'll be too powerful and will overthrow him. So he used to eat his own children. Okay? So goddess of darkness gave him, because she was sick, tired of him eating her children, she gave him a rock. Okay? That rock also, this goddess Minerva, she was birthed out of his head from that rock, because she didn't want him to eat. And then Jupiter, Saturn? Yeah. Saturn. No, Jupiter. I believe Jupiter. Jupiter is the first sun. She came out of the head of Cronus. Okay? That rock, you know where is this rock found on Earth? This rock of the holiest rock on Earth. What do you think it comes from? In Earth. This rock is in Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine. the King Solomon temple, the holy site of our mother. Underneath that temple there is the bedrock, and these rocks associated with goddess Minerva. Okay? So anyhow, this rock also, when it was the Mecca was created, the rock came from the sky, resides into Kaaba. What do you call it? The cornerstone. You understand? And is when Muslims go to Mecca and they doing their pilgrim, and they go around the Kaaba, it generates energy, and you asking God of creation to to erase your sin. You're creating an energy just like a vortex, and this energy, it goes to God. Okay? So you understand now the connection between Masjid al-Aqsa in Israel, well, in Palestine. That's why the Jews wanted Palestine. They didn't want anywhere else. When they wanted to create this country, they wanted that specific site because they understand the sacred that lays beneath Masjid al-Aqsa. Okay? So I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is like 100% factual. It's mind-boggling and stuff like that. But hey, I'm open. I'm open to learning, but it's just things are getting really weird, Anyhow, as I said, these people know who God is, but they use this energy and stuff like that. And if you look, in Vatican artwork, when they have the Virgin Mary, God, the Virgin Mary, and what do you call it? Jesus or the Son. So what they're trying to tell you there, Virgin Mary is the darkness, the chaos, and when they said, okay, the story, I think I know, they said that God was killed, and all of that. That's what they're saying in internet. The Persian Naga saying God was killed. That God they're talking about, they said, was killed, or goddess. She sacrificed herself for a greater cause, the cross. What you see in Jesus, they're saying about Jesus, So you understand what's going on? So they're changing the sex us also. They're saying, changing it from feminine to masculine. They say a male and a cross. And that was intentionally done to deny the ever been a divine masculine, denying the existence, because this goddess of darkness actually a unifier of darkness and light. You understand? So what I'm telling you, everything was done in a calculated way. So Hemera or Hemeres, basically she has well-known siblings. Aether is presenting the bright, glowing air that God breathes, the aether, right? And Hypnos, okay? Hypnos is very interesting for you guys, for target individuals. Is God of a sleep, giving rest in a dream in both mortals and gods. You understand? So, target individuals, what I want to talk to you about is hypnosis. Hypnosis, that God created, is part of your creation. The enemy taps into the hypnotic suggestions within you. You don't know this God actually, this part of aspect of God is actually inside of you. That why when they beam like energy, sometimes it puts you in a hypnotic state. Like you want to go fall asleep, and then when you put you in a hypnotic state, they could give you any hypnotic suggestion you think is coming from you, it's coming from God, whatever, but it's not actually coming from anyone but a human being. Understand? So they program you. Basically, they access your consciousness by tapping into hypnosis. Okay? And why would they talk to you in a dream state? Because they figured out how to access that part of your consciousness. And then your mind, because your mind is protected. God created like basically an army from breaking through, like you breaking into a cell, you know, stealing money and whatnot. But anyhow, it's not like that. It's more like protective shell he put around your consciousness. And then when they do these hypnotic suggestions, you would think this suggestion coming from you, from your consciousness and whatnot, and they begin to program you. Okay? I'm going to talk also about hypnotic. Human brain works, well, some research suggests that some human brains work only at 6% capacity, or some 10%. What is the 90% gone? Okay? That's why when they put you in mind control program, psychedelic drugs activate all dormant brain cells or area on your mind that it never been used or explored before. So they don't like it when you activate these aspects, because you begin to bring in information. They don't want that because they know who you are. You're a slave. I forget. You're a slave. Okay? Are you created to mind goals? Okay? Santos is also another god, is presentation of guiding souls to the afterlife. Eris is god of strife and discord, also causing chaos and conflict among all gods and mortals. Okay? Eris. Who do you think Eris is? That's what they say. Eris is like the Satan, the one who created division. You know, he's also a god that created that. Okay? Nemesis, and when they say Namaste, you know, what do you think they're saying? Nemesis is goddess of retribution and vengeance, and those who commit too much pride. Okay? So you can see how this is becoming very interesting. You know what? I was doing research this morning. I was like, this is too much information. Like, I had to like have some coffee and sit on it and meditate for a second, because I'm like trying to absorb what I'm reading, like, all this information, coming through, whatnot. I was like, it was getting like, yeah. So, Hemera, is important representation of daylight. However, importance comes from the bright light into the world, pushing away the darkness of night, brought by her mother, Nyx. Nyx is the dark, the darkness. Okay, because she's first emanation of God, like starting the day. The first light that hit the earth after a long night. Okay. Also, she also unify and having a balance between darkness and light. Basically, she is that part where darkness meets the light. Okay. So when Nyx, goddess of darkness, goes away when the day comes, the light hit the earth, she goes to the underworld. Okay? Because the day, basically, she transitions, because she knows her daughter is taking, coming in, and she has to go to take a different position in the underworld. Okay? So, as a natural cycle of creation. Okay? God intended for, all this. That's why there are seasons and stuff. Okay? What else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, so the cycle of renewal, of change of the world. So, Minerva, when all these serpents activate from your tailbone to your Kundalini, Minerva also birthed the highest purity of God. The highest purity of God, okay? The highest purity of God is the star. Okay? The highest purity of God is your soul star. Your soul. The universal soul, that's the highest purity of God. Similar what Israel have on their flag. Why they chose exactly Palestine? Because that temple, Masjid al-Aqsa, where it resides among, it resides in the holiest site on earth, plus Mecca. You understand? So you understand why everything is very calculated. So what I want to talk about is they don't want you to access this information. Everything is hidden from the masses, and even when you could see it, they create an illusion, because they don't want you to see it. They want you to look for elsewhere but yourself. Okay? It's it's very deceitful, and it's wicked, kind of to hoard information from you. If you were really a slave race, why would they hide all this information from you? They don't want you to access this part of your being, because you were created from greatness. You're not created to mine no gold and garbage, and you were created from monkeys and bacteria, whatever they say. They spin stories and the flood story, when Noah got the ark ready and got all the animals into the ark, the fallen angels were saved. You know how the fallen angels were saved? They went into the pigs. That why they said the pigs hold like certain percentage the humans, because they were cursed animals. God cursed them, turned them into pigs. Okay? So the fallen angels were able to escape the flood by going to this bunch of pigs. Okay? Yeah. So it's very interesting how these people are creating so much illusions and deception and hoarding information from the masses. They were the only one they wanted to hold all information over humanity. They want to hold all this information from you, so you could never look at yourself like you are great. You are, God, created you in such a perfection. They don't want you to think of yourself that great. They don't think, they want you to be a slave. That's why they created a slave system. Slavery, where do you think slavery come from? It's created a slave system, and they don't have to put you in jail now, like for being, or slave or whatnot. They could do it, they could attack your consciousness. You're watching TV, you're being programmed. They're enslaving you when you watch TV, you listen to the radio. There's certain frequency you don't hear. It messes with your consciousness, your psyche, if you will. They do things constantly bombarding you with all the negative hypnotic suggestions all day. Music and radio and social media, everything. Now even phones omit certain vibration and light that affects you. So you can see everything is done to you intentionally. Okay? And it just makes you kind of do not believe anything that the enemy tells you about who you are. Okay? Do not listen, do not open this door of like someone to tell you about yourself. Okay? Because I just told you about yourself. What I'm telling you is the truth. It's true 100%. Okay? But they don't want you to know that. So they're going to try to create, an illusion or disbelief and trying to paint you in a bad light, making sure everybody see what they want to see about you, but in reality to create doubts. Okay? That's why they took over the internet, social media, radio, TVs, anything that broadcast, anything. Okay? And then they deleting information, or they call it deleting information. They call it mistranslation. translation. Okay? There's no miss if anything. and there is no fear of anything. They know who God is. They know who God of creation. Okay? And they know who you are. Okay? Why everybody knows about who you are apart from you. Okay? Because they know how to put you in a hypnotic state. Hypnosis, God, that they access your hypnotic or put you in hypnosis is through that God. Okay? So they know that. They don't like you to use more than 6% of your brain cells. They say like humans, I mentioned that earlier, 6 to 10%. That's good enough. They don't want you to access the rest. The rest, you put them in a fear state because they know you will outsmart them if you use 100% of your brain cells. You know? That's why they don't like it. So they found out about this, how your brain, when they scan your brain, when you use hallucinogenic drugs and stuff, they could see the different lights, a part of your brain that never used to omit anything. Like it never used to show that it's actually energetically being, start to omit anything because that part of your brain never been used. So that's why Secret Service, or when they did all this experimentation in humans, they fed them hallucinogenic drugs so they can access. That's why the shaman, the Indian, the native, people, when they want to connect to God, they smoke marijuana. You know the shamans? Shamans smoke marijuana. You know why? Because they want to connect to God. Connect to the universe. You understand? That's why they annihilated. They were like, no, we cannot have you talking to God. We don't want you to talk to God. That way, anyone who want to talk to God, they will annihilate. Okay? And they will spin a story telling you something else. They'll tell you, so-and-so found America, he came in the ship, whatever. No. These people were sent to all these countries to steal the theft of knowledge. So, do not think this not being done to them or to anyone who holds any piece of information that these people don't think you should hold or have in your possession, they wage a war on you because they don't like that. They don't like you to have any information. They want you just to be lost and just kind of useless kind of person that going through life lost and you have no motive, no drive or anything. There's no connection to God. They don't like you to connect to anyone. Okay? So when this Persian Naga on YouTube saying God died, no, God did not die. God is when Minerva sacrificed herself, and then from that sacrificial, God's purity came in, the star. That's why they say soul star. It's associated with your soul. What do you think when they do witchcraft? They do witchcraft in your soul. Because they know. Okay? And so she manifested that God's purity, unification of darkness of light, the sun and the moon. Okay? the spirit within God, the spirit of God within the Son. Okay? That's why they say, because the darkness and night, darkness and night, when they say, have you heard of that saying? They say, from darkness comes the light. That's what it means, because God created from darkness. When He says, "Let's be light," that's when God, created the light. So, because universe, you think of the universe as a dense body, and then the light, the stars are the light, the planets. Okay? So, if you think about what I'm telling you, you begin to understand, have a broader understanding how creation have begun. Okay? For target individuals, call on. I know. Well, we're not really going to talk about religious views here. I don't want you to say I'm not going to call this name because it goes against my belief system. I'm offering you the help you need. It's up to you. You have free will. If you want to take it or you don't want to take it, it's up to you. You can leave it if you want. It doesn't bother me. But hey, I will not give you information that harms you. Okay? I'm offering you information that will free you, because you've been captured. These people are capturing you. They don't want you to connect to anything. They want you to just to be dormant, like the rest of your DNA, the rest of your brain cells. They don't want you to activate this part of your consciousness or your brain, part of your brain that's never been used. You understand? They know. So every information I've told you, if you don't believe me, go look up online. Hallucinogenic drugs, what does it do? Activate part of your brain. Everything I told you, just look it up. Do not really listen to me what I have to say. Okay? Call on Goddess Minerva. She's Goddess of justice, victory, and all that, all aspects. She also, the weaving, she could manifest things. She can create things to assist you on you're in war. You're at war. I know you don't want to talk about it. They put you in this fear mode. Fear your shadow. You know what I'm saying? They put you in that kind of mindset. Okay? Intentionally. I get attacked all the time, day and night. You know what I'm saying? I still do what I want to do. I do things I want to do, and I say, when I go home, I'm going to get attacked. I don't go sleep in public, like in homeless shelter or a place because I don't want to come home. I know I'm going to come home, I'm going to get attacked. I still come home. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of me. I'm not going to let somebody intimidate me, plan a fear, if you will. No one is going to plan no fear. I'm going to come here and fight. You know what I mean? Like the sun, and the moon. So I'm going to come and battle it out. Okay? And I will never let somebody to intimidate me. They have an army. You do not think of yourself, you have nothing. You have God. You have everything. Why can you win? Why can't you win? Because you're fearful. Fearful is not going to get you anywhere. Okay? They feed on fear. Guess what? They have spirits that feed on fear. You're feeding spirits, demon, jinn, whatever you call them. Because your fear is manifest. demons could read your consciousness. They could read information about your fear, and they'll attack your fear. Okay? Also, goddess Minerva could decimate fear out of you, out of your consciousness, out of your programming. Also, ask her to destroy hypnotic state through hypnosis. Goddess, I mentioned him, and how I'm going to include this article on comment section, so you can go read for yourself, and then just do a little bit of research about the rest of these God govern these aspects of creation. Okay? Hypnosis, the entry gateway to your consciousness. Hypnosis or hypnosis or hypnotic, whatever you want to call them. Okay? That's why when you go to someone who teaches about spiritual, trying to do hypnosis on you, they put you in a slave mode. They program you. So if you want to quit smoking cigarettes, drinking, whatever you want to do, they put you in that hypnotic state, and they will throw things at you that make you hate whatever you want to stop, either alcohol, drugs, smoking, eating, whatever you want to happen or manifest in your life. This is what they program you as. Where do you think these people got this information from? So you have to ask the archangels. You call Michael, God, all the archangels that govern the universe, okay, to destroy anybody who accesses your hypnosis part of your consciousness. Okay? Anybody who uses any telepathy comes through your hypnosis. You know that. They tap into that part of your brain. Okay? So these people, they're not really smart. They just know you. You know what I'm saying? They're using doors away to your being. You're going to close these doors to your being. And I'm just giving you the information now how to do that. You want to be in fearful state, sit there, chew bubble gum, and pretend the world you live in doesn't exist. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm giving you the information to empower yourself against oppression, against these people. You know what I'm saying? God never created us to be this way. You know what I'm saying? Get out of the control system they put you in. Become the person who God intended for you to be. Okay? Do not be fearful of no one. Okay? And I hope this, resonate with you very well. And if you feel offended by what I'm saying, calling you a fearful person, it's not to hurt your feelings, to encourage you to be something, above what they actually boxed you in. Okay? Do research into everything about, you just explore the article I'm going to, include, and also do your own free, and stuff, and break information down to learn, to expand, and to mutate, to someone great. God sees what's in your heart. The 144,000, how do you think they get elected or get selected? Election comes from your heart and purity in your heart. When you are someone who's pure at heart, why they see some of the portraits of Jesus showing his heart like this, and his heart emits light. Light is purity. You understand? That's what it means. Okay? Your consciousness. All of that. Anyhow, this is how you get elected. You're not a person who's hateful. They put you in this hateful state. I've never been a hateful person in my entire life. Right? When they were attacking me, they couldn't make me a hateful person until they killed my mother. When they killed my mother, I began to absorb this because, put you in a traumatic state, grief, you know what I mean? I don't think I recovered, but anyhow, I'm dealing with it. But anyhow, they put you in traumatic state to lower your vibration of your heart, your purity of your heart. But above all of this, God, through all this stuff you're absorbing and being trying not to be, or being a hateful person or whatever towards specific people, I don't hate everybody. Okay? I don't hate everybody. Humanity has nothing. I don't hate humanity, or, you know what I mean? I hate the people who killed my mother. You understand? Very specific and very direct. You understand? I'm not some crazy person who hates everybody just because, like them, they hate everybody. He's not part of us. We hate you all. I'm not that person. Okay? And so they will find ways to get you, to break your fabric, to make you a hateful person. Goddess Minerva, you can actually purify your heart, remove hate, attachments, cords, resentment, grief, all of that weighs heavily in your heart. She can decimate, because God is purity. Also, the last information, I think the video is a little long. Right now, the last information I'm going to give you, she has a musical instrument. Okay? This musical instrument could, when she strung that musical instrument, you can call on her and ask her to string, that musical instrument. It vibrates through your entire being, through every cell, to every part of your being, part of your creation, to strip away negativity, to strip away chaos, strip away programming, to strip away intentions, witchcraft, anything you could think of. Just sit there and write what you want to do, and then you call on her. And I showed you how to pray in a previous video, so I'm not going to go over it. But anyhow, and then you ask her. She's God of the war too. She wants her to come and battle, with you in your house, anywhere you go. She'll come. She'll assist you. You know what I mean? And I called on her. Past 2 days, she came forth. When I hear witches, I can hear witches scream. I can hear witches scream, slamming doors. Who do you think I'm calling? So I am not going to be fearful. You wage this war on me. You started it. I didn't start. I didn't go poke a beehive. You tried to control me. You came to me. I didn't go to you. Okay? So I am, aligned with God when it comes to that. I didn't harm no one. I didn't intentionally hurt someone or create any chaos in somebody's life. I didn't try to control anyone. Okay? God sees that all is in your heart, because God sees in your heart what kind of person you are. Apart from all this stuff happening in your life, God could see. Okay? So I could never really stress this enough. Like, you're great. You are. Do not think of yourself. I know they want you to be the purest of the purest. Even someone who has sinful ways, God is forgiving. But when you align yourself with God and you say, I choose to serve God, but only no one else, God will support you. Do not even... Okay, God's purity, the soul star, what we talked about earlier, the top of the pyramid. The pyramid has this 3 different angles. There is a positive and negative in the bottom. What do you think the top is? The top is God's neutrality. Neutrality. The neutral part of God. God is not going to... That part, the star, the neutral part of God, never going to judge you. Look at you with a neutral eye. You understand? You understand? So you tap to that part of God. The one, He's going to look at you as a servant of God. Someone, He will never pass judgment in you, and He knows what's in your heart. As long as you're trying to be a good person, so do not. They put you in this state, telling you that no, you have to be pure of the purity. You know what I'm saying? You try to be a good person. That's all God wants. You try to be a good person, but you cannot go kill, rob, and harm other humans. Be prideful and be, ignorant or whatever, and insult God and deny the existence of God and, provoke God in many ways than one, and stuff like that. That's why they like anybody who will take a piss on God. If you want to take a piss on God, they like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that person. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to open your eyes, even though you're going through an event in your life that makes you question reality of things. Tap on that part of God, the exalted one, the one who exists outside of creation. Okay? And God will support you. But one thing, if you want to be aligned with God, you do something about it. God never created you as a hopeless person. Why He wasted all this brain cell on you to create you? Why did He waste all these brain cells? He could have made a simple human being who does simple tasks. Open a door, boil a kettle, grab a spoon, like that. Very mechanical. Why do you think He created you in such a way? You want to be free from the capturing of the enemy. You have to do something about it. I'm giving you information. I have not stopped. I have not stopped fighting for my freedoms. Okay? And God knows. Okay? He knows I do not like to be oppressed. I do not like somebody to breathe down my neck telling me what I should be doing or not do. God gave me a free will. I'm not going to get another human being come breathe down my neck telling me do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Jump, No. I'm not doing none of that. Okay? So, one of God's laws, cause and effect. They're doing something to you. And you're not really doing anything. You understand? A cause and effect. So when you throw a rock in a pond that, it bounces along the water, it creates the ripple. But when they throw this rock at you, you're flat. You flat, you want to be flat, I am not flat. Okay? And if you throw a rock at me, and I'm going to create a freaking tornado in the ocean, and I'm going to pour it on you. Okay? Even if they put you in this state telling you like you have nothing, no. I'm going to find a way to create these freaking tornadoes, hurricanes. Okay? So, when you start to think like that, you will begin to free yourself. Okay, this is a long video, guys. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Sorry. It's from the heart, and it's not really calculated like some people, and it's just unrehearsed. I don't have anything written down. I'm always been that way. I just speak freely. Let it, I don't want to be like calculated or rehearsed kind of person. Okay? That's not me. Okay? So, I want to assure you, you have done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. All this judgment passed on you are false to put you on that mindset. Okay? And so, when you see that, you don't worry what they tell people about you. You've done. Okay? Do not worry about these people. Even the people who are working for them will be judged. So, at least fight for your freedom, for God-given choice. God giving you all these choices, giving you free will. God didn't give the angels free will. Angels are bound to obey. Humanity, okay, two creation ever given a choice. Humanity and jinn, demons. They're given free will. Do whatever you want. But whatever you do, it's going to come after you, That's what God given, okay? Angels not. Okay? So, anyhow, all I want to say is I hope this word giving you a word of a boost of wisdom on. I'm trying to bestow something on you to let you know you're not a slave. You're not to obey anyone but God, the Creator who created you, who manifested in your creation. Who He perfected your creation, who made you who you are. He made you like the person you want to be. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? I do not let no one tell you you're nothing. You're not slave. You do not deserve it. You're on all this negative aspect programming they put in you. This is all an illusion. You know what I mean? They have the manual to you, and they're using the tapping through this manual. They tap into this aspect. That's said. You understand? Even with the manual, be who you are. Fight for who you are. Speak freely who you are. You're not, as long as you're not hurting anyone, what you're saying. I'm not telling you to go on the street, call people names, you know what I'm saying? Rock people, or, harm someone. Okay? I'm just telling you, it's not real. Okay? I hope this helped, and I'm not really sure now what I'm going to name this video. I'll think of something. Alright, take care. Look at the article that I'm going to include in the comment section. Please leave me a comment and any information you think I should look for, or maybe a review or whatnot. And so, an hour and a half. Have a nice day.